Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. That's it for today's video. Beer's courtesy of Steven. Thanks so much, Steven. I really appreciate it. And it's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I try to test my palate, and there's nothing better to do that with than a mystery beer, so thank you so much. I do know it's a Founders beer. He tried his best to hide all the Founders stuff, but the bottle, it's printed on the, well, not printed, it's cast. What do you call it with the glass? Founders Brewing sticks out of the glass in glass, so I do know that. But look, I mean, he really, whatever. It's great. I'm glad I make a lot of mistakes. It's nice when other people make mistakes. All right, that is dark. Okay. Oops. All right, so a bottle this size, from Founders that is this dark obviously makes me think KBS. Could be like I think CBS, right? They did end up doing in smaller bottles too. But yeah, I mean, it definitely looks like a stout. There's a decent amount of brown, but it's more black than brown. Not a lot of lacing, some legs. Let's get into the aroma. I mean, I'm getting coffee, a little like smoky, almost jerky. Maybe a kiss of green pepper, but it's more coffee. I don't get any like maple. I think this is probably gonna... It's probably going to be me trying to figure out if it's KBS or CBS. Don't they just make a regular stout? Or they used to, maybe? Like it has too... I think that roast is too much to just be from a base beer. It's very coffee-like roast. See about the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Steven. So there's a little twang to it, which is kind of... So besides, is it KBS or CBS, part of this too might be how old is this beer? And I wonder if that twang is an indication this is a little older. But yeah, I mean, it does drink like a coffee stout. I don't get a ton of bourbon, though. Good level of chocolate. Really nice level of chocolate. Kind of like the aroma in terms of the coffee. It's very much coffee, with just like the littlest trace of green pepper. Very little. So like that part makes me think it's not that old. But there's just a little bit of this twang, not full on like cherry, but like approaching that. But yeah, I don't get enough sweetness to think this has maple syrup in it. And I don't even know what the ABV for KBS is. Is it like 12.5? So I'm all in on KBS. I think it's at least a few years old. I think it's got some time on it, but not... I think it's got some time on it. 2 to 5 years old. No. Yes. 2 to 5. Coffee. And again, I don't know what the ABV is, so I'm trying to be honest. You know, if I was doing this and didn't know it was Founders, I mean, I'd say over 10%. I don't quite get the alcohol of like a 15. I'd probably guess 14. That's everything, right? I think it has coffee. I don't get much bourbon, but fair enough. All right, so it is KBS. And again, I mean, I did have a little bit of help knowing it was Founders. But it makes me happy that I didn't like think it was maple or something, so that's good. Okay. Almost exactly 2 years old. So yeah, I mean, I feel really good about this. I didn't think, I said between 2 to 5 years, but that the coffee was expressing mostly coffee with just a little bit of green pepper, just a little twang, like maybe it's starting to change. 12% ABV, so that so it's too high for the ABV, and is good for everything. Ale brewed with chocolate and coffee, aged in oak bourbon barrels. Yeah, I mean, I don't get a ton of bourbon, like I said. There was, like I said about the coffee, it'd be really hard to get that level of roast in a beer without adding coffee to it. The level of chocolate, at least how this is drinking, I think you could get without adding chocolate. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, it had chocolate, but it wasn't like, whoa, this is a chocolate bomb, which I don't remember last time I said this is a blank bomb on the channel, so there you go. But yeah, Steven, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. And I would have thought Founders anyway with the shape of the bottle, even if you had covered that part up. So obviously no worries. I know he already commented on a different video, I think the unboxing video where, oh crap, I meant to cover that. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, brother. So I hope you're doing well, Steven. Hope everyone else who's watching is doing well. Have you had this beer before? Have you had it aged? Have you had it fresh? Have you compared KBS to CBS? I don't know. Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews of both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.